Baseball, a sport played all over the world. Baseball is America's pastime. Baseball has been around almost 200 years. It is a sport played by any gender and any age. A sport that brings joy to watch and play. When you decide to go pro for baseball, you will never realize the journey you are about to embark. The history of baseball will forever live through Jackie Robinson.
Basketball, a worldwide sport. A sport played by different races and ethnicities, not to mention different genders. Basketball has been around for plenty of years, and the evolution of it has changed drastically. Basketball has been around through so many positive and negative periods. Many people could say it is a safe haven for them. Somewhere you could go to relax, somewhere you to release stress, and just a plain out way for excitement. In the year 2020, kids as young as 4 and adults as old as 80 could pick up a ball and play this game. To a lot of people, this is a regular game that is played, but not a lot of people knows its past. Almost 70 years ago, basketball was not an all-race sport. To be specific, if you were an African American, you could not join the NBA. The NBA was an all-whites played sport because of racism.
Who was Jackie Robinson? Jackie Robinson was a world-known baseball player. Known for being colored, he was the first African American to ever play baseball with a white team. He played for the Kansas City Monarchs, the Monterey Royals, and the Brooklyn Dodgers. Thanks to the Brooklyn Dodgers manager, Branch Rickey, for signing Jackie Robinson, he gave him an opportunity to become more successful. On April 15, 1947, the Major League Baseball gave Jackie Robinson his own holiday, which would be on April 15th. Jackie Robinson left an astonishing legacy, paving the way for other African Americans. In your own opinion, why is Jackie Robinson important?
Jackie Robinson was important because he was one of the first African Americans to play in the MLB. But not only that, he changed people's views on African Americans in Major League American teams.
Some of Jackie Robinson's most important awards are MVP, 1949, Spin Guard Medal, 1956, Presidential Medal of Freedom, 1984, Major League Baseball All-Century Team, 1999, Congress Gold Medal, 2005. In your own opinion, why is Jackie Robinson important?
Well, as a Dodgers fan, like Jackie was everything when you grow up and you learn about the history of the franchise and how they were in Brooklyn and then moved to LA, and he was the guy along with a few other players who kind of traveled with the team, but he was already retired. And I think one of the reasons he was already retired, it was just so much stress, what he did. He died so young and he already had gray hair because of all the stress that he was going through during that time period. And I don't know if he hadn't been around that the civil rights movement wouldn't have been as successful. It always helps when you are talking about things that are that important to have someone from sports do it as well. And when you think about him and later like Muhammad Ali, people like that, to really push the storyline outside of just current events, but actual sporting events, things that other people can really love and rally around. I think it was hugely important, and I don't know that the country would be the same if it wasn't for Jackie Robinson.
Thank you. The NBA that we know today has changed. On April 25, 1950, in Chicago, Illinois, 3 African-American men were the first to be drafted in the NBA. These 3 men were Earl Lloyd, Nathaniel Clifton, and Chuck Cooper. After players like Jackie Robinson and Charlie Sifford became the first African-Americans to play in sports such as baseball and golf, basketball was just waiting its turn. Before the 1950 NBA draft, African-Americans were fighting to be seen outside Negro leagues. A lot of opportunities opened up for African Americans after World War II. The civil rights movement also opened up plenty of opportunities. Michaela, what impact does these three men have on you?
The impact that they have on me is just showing that, like, no matter how much oppression that you go through or discrimination, you can always power through it if you just have the mindset to work hard and achieve your goals. And they're showing that how they can break barriers in history for African Americans to do what they need to do.
All right, what impact does these three men have on you?
Well, I think anytime you have integration of a sport that at one point was segregated, I think it's good. It's only good for competition to have fairness and equality in whatever sport it is, whether it's baseball, football, or in this case basketball. But as an African American, I think it's really important to feel representation in no matter what it is. So to know that it's possible for people who are growing up to be able to see that something is possible, that someone of their skin tone has done it, it makes you feel like maybe you can do it too. And so when you look back on when this happened and all of the African Americans who have either started to play basketball or loved watching basketball or whatever it is, I don't know if that would have been possible without these guys.
Thank you.
Go.
My take on this project. I am very proud that from a young age I got to play basketball and not be discriminated. I am proud that I got to play on a team with different races and just not one race. And I'm proud to see kids nowadays in this generation grow up and play together. They're not worried about having to sit on different sides or having to use different things just because of the color of their skin. My takeaway is, like, from those three men, if they have not stepped up to join the NBA or have their voice be heard, it would not probably been the same right now. What is your intake on this project?
My intake on this project is getting to know what Jackie Robinson and the impact on the MLB to his year, because if it wasn't for Jackie Robinson, I would have not grown up playing the way I played with the people I played with.